Welcome back to Fox 40 News at 11. I'm Sincere Tonsel. This month, DoorDash resumes its policy of sending everyone from company engineers to senior executives out on the streets to see what it's really like to deliver for its customers. Also happening this month, the launch of California's Dasher Advisory Group, designed to deliver feedback to the company and draft recommendations it can act on. I'm live now with Yuba City Dasher Kelly Rickert and Company Head of Strategic Partnerships and Innovation Policy, Maria Ray. Ladies, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Kelly, let's start with you. You're one of the roughly 2 million quarterly active couriers delivering for DoorDash. Why did you want to get in on this business, and how does it help make your life there in Yuba City work?
Well, I started DoorDashing in September of 2020, basically in the beginning of the pandemic. I am disabled and I haven't worked for about a good 10 years. I chose DoorDash because it gives me the independence and flexibility to work when I can, when I'm feeling well. When I'm not feeling well, I can stay at home and take care of myself. Also, with the pandemic, it also gave me the opportunity to go out with my community, provide services, deliver groceries, hot meals to people who are not able to get out of their house. And that's really why I joined this.
Alrighty, and Kelly, what did you think about when you heard about this advisory group opportunity? Why did you want to be one of its 13 members?
Oh, definitely. I wanted to be one of the 13 members. I believe this is a really well put together forum for us Dashers in California. We're very unique in California with different Dashers, different types. I dash with the car, some people dash with the bike, some people in big cities, some people in rural areas. I chose to dash because I want to provide stuff to my community. I like to be part of the group because I know DoorDash listens to my feedback. They take my feedback and actually apply it to the DoorDash platform to make it easier for us Dashers and the customers and the merchants.
Alrighty, well, that is a pretty good endorsement, Maria. This advisory group concept started last month in New York, now launching here. Has any feedback come in yet from the Empire State, and what kind of insight do you think you'll get from these kinds of groups long term?
The feedback has been coming in a very, I think, transparent and robust way. As you've mentioned, we've been convening the New York group. We just started convening the California group. And what we've learned is, Dashers appreciate the platform. There are ways we could do things better. We've launched certain initiatives and programs specifically in response to Dasher feedback. And one of the things we like to do is constantly iterate at our company, go back to Dashers, talk about the features that we've implemented, and learn on ways we can even do it better. So recent meetings in New York and in California have been centered around Dasher safety, Dasher perks and rewards, things we can do to really incentivize Dashers to make it out there and make deliveries, but also things we can do to make it more enjoyable, make it safer, and make it more engaging.
You brought up Dasher safety. I was going to ask you about that. We know that there was a partnership with ADT. Dashers were getting attacked in different places and kind of targeted, and that developed. Was that from complaints from Dashers or ideas from Dashers? And then what other areas do you think Dashers are going to make some suggestions that you're going to get some recommendations out of that actually turn into company policy?
Yeah, well, we're here to talk about the California Dasher Advisory Group, but this is actually part of a long history of engaging Dashers. For several years now, we've engaged Dashers through the Dasher Community Council, and then later through the Voices from Dashers of Color Council. And it was out of that feedback that we actually went to the product teams and decided that we wanted to map out a new safety initiative. And that really birthed the Safe Dash program, the partnership with ADT that you mentioned. So I'm really proud to say that Dasher feedback has led to these developments. There's always room to improve and grow. And some of the new initiatives coming, like I mentioned, are advancements in Dasher perks and partnerships, ways that we can financially empower Dashers in better ways. So partnerships we can enter into to help Dashers earn more income, make more money, manage their expenses better. Those are the kinds of things that we're working through with Dashers today.
And Kelly, I know that a lot of people at a lot of different companies don't necessarily feel heard by their higher ups. This has really made a difference for you, and you feel like the company's really responsive, right?
Absolutely. I feel 100% I'm being heard. We meet once a month. We meet with different DoorDash policy teams, different internal departments, and they've already implemented a lot of our feedback. And I really appreciate that.
Is there an example of something that's been implemented quick before we run out of time?
Well, a great example is the Safe Dash that we were just talking about, the ADT. A lot of dashers have voiced their safety concerns, and this is a great new start for this, and I'm very excited to have that on my platform.
Alrighty, ladies, thank you so much for coming in to share. We'll definitely check back in to see how this plays out after it's been up and running for a few months. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.